Well, we'll have to try this again in the evening, for sure. In the meantime, I have to take it all apart. How many of you were you telling me, hey, Jim, the capacitor. Jim, the capacitor. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna stick it in there for. Okay, I got everything disconnected. I should be able to pull this right out here. So it's been a couple hours since I was last in here working. Went to use my snowblower, my 10-year-old or 12-year-old snowblower, however old it is. Seems to be on life support these days. Anyway, had a chance to use it, blow about that much snow out of my driveway. It's pretty tough to get it running. I got it running. Got through the first cut down the end of my driveway, looked down, excuse me, and one of the rubber tires had come right off, just kind of flopping around on the rim. I couldn't even understand at first what is going on there. Long story short, I'll be picking that tire up tomorrow from the garage where it's being re-rimmed because the tire's loose on the rim. I can't blow it on, if you know what I'm talking about. It has to be done on a special tire machine. So anyway, that was so a little frustration here. So hey, let's just go remove the snow from the driveway. No, more frustration there. Frustration. Okay. So here we are looking in here where I cut away the capacitor. Where did I cut it from? Oh my gosh. Maybe it was back here. Huh. I don't remember. This is another fine mess you've gotten yourself into, Jim. Excuse me, or was it down here? Okay, got to sort out where the new capacitor goes and stick it in there. Okay, actually that was quite easy to figure out, just exactly where I need to put the capacitor. This capacitor could go in a number of different physical locations as long as it's doing the same thing. That's pulling or being attached to the screen grid line, if you like, or bus I guess is the right word. So I got to solder that. So this is going to give me a chance to use a new soldering iron, a little guy. Down here, I don't want to say too much about it. I'm just going to give it a try. Maybe I need to plug it in. Oh, there it goes. I think it might have been sleeping and I bumped the iron here. So I'm not familiar with this soldering iron yet. I'm not trying to do a video about the soldering iron, but we're going to use it anyway. So it's set to 350. I set it to 350 for a temperature. That's the kind of tip. I think this is called a T12. There's a T12 tip in it. 350, about the same temperature for my other soldering iron. So one of the things about this one is it's cut really long. Really long. Hang on a second here. There we are. Okay, solder. So I did have this on before, and I have already tinned the tip. Let's see if it's... $350, huh? Okay. And of course, any modern soldering iron is really not made for this kind of heavier work. It's really made for something lighter. You know, if it's made for electronics. But I'm not sure what you're going to see in this. different shaped tip from what I'm used to. I don't think that should matter much. Okay. Came without a a place to put the soldering iron down. That didn't take it all. Wow. Whoa. Okay, so what probably happened there is I didn't heat up the main wires. Like the main wire is hooked around a piece of the chassis. There's an awful lot of metal there, and I probably didn't hold it on there long enough. But just in case, it's also a little bit of corrosion. I'll just try to scrape this wire here a little bit. This is really a bad way of doing this, but hey, it's probably good enough. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, I don't think this says anything about the soldering iron. I notice where I'm putting my fingers there, eh? Even though the power's off to my bench plug, I'm still a lot more comfortable having it unplugged with that sitting right there. Soldering iron still says 350. So I thought it was set to drop automatically when you don't touch it. Drop to 200, I thought it was. That hot. Just didn't have anywhere near enough solder there. That's good and solved that time. Now, I want this to come over right to here. Let's go around the back here. I have the advantage of 3D. Pull that a little bit tight. That's good. Oh my gosh, there's another wire right down here. Look at that. Wow. I could have a short circuit there pretty easy. Just going to bring it right down like this. Don't even need to solder that. So interestingly enough, this capacitor is working in tandem with this one. So this is the 0.1 and this is the supposed to be 10, but it's not. It's only 7. But that's a lot better than nothing. Okay, soldering iron, come on again. It's a fairly massive head on this soldering iron. Tip, I guess is the right word. Switch off, switch off, switch off. So, but because it has, of course, a computer control, computer-controlled soldering iron. My God, when I was in college, if somebody had said, someday your soldering iron's going to be computer-controlled. Really, I would have fallen down laughing. And now I use one. Jeepers creepers. Okay, so capacitor's in. All is good. Anything else I want to do while I got this thing out here? No. It's going back. Okay, so I'm going to stick it back in. Here, I'll let you see that exciting process. And then nice and slow. You better stand back for this. Looking down so I can see right through the holes for the knobs. I'm looking to make sure the shafts are in the center before I start shoving this thing forward. What's catching over here? The light may have gone awry again. No? Oh, it's really jammed in there though. So this way. Okay, so I'm going to hook up all the wires here. I won't do it on camera, and get it all together. It's getting towards the evening hours. So it's getting close to 4 in the afternoon, actually. It gets dark here around a little after 5 now, I think. Okay, good. I took a few minutes and cleaned my the output tube here, 6F62. Yeah, so I think clean tube, clean sound. Okay, let's give it one more try here. Put the outdoor antenna onto it. Okay, spin her around. Here we go. Oh, it looks pretty good in the camera already. So we're going to start on push buttons. Okay, so I'm pretty sure they're working, especially when you see one is receiving. Now we're on the A band, regular medium wave, the biggest numbers here. So that'll be 590 there. Come on. Sorry about that. Something in the way of my... There we go. Anyway. 590. 610? 640? 680. Well, that must be 680. There's no other station right in the area, so that has to be 680. It's showing up a little more like 690. Let's see what more we can get here. $740. Right on. Maybe not. 7, 8, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 740, right on. 820. So if we pick 820, it's right here. Rotate the antenna a bit. Nope. Count. That's the French station. Well, this is coming out really good, actually. There's a little noise up here. Okay, so that's that. We're on the B band now, starting up at the top, which is 7 megahertz. So right at the top, coming down.
This brand still exists? Very well, actually. Yeah, but it's so surprising to know that they've completely changed their business model. And after changing the business model, they're still doing really well.
Stop tuning here. You gotta see my hand when I'm doing this thing.
Companies back in the States are kind of, I wouldn't say disappeared, but they just don't have much prevalence. But when I travel and go to other countries, it appears that they've licensed it to, other distributors.
It's mostly a trouble cut.
Companies like Flu, or like...
It's good though. Sound quality great. Coming out of there. It's teletype or something like that. Okay, should get some stuff here, maybe. Maybe not. A little too early in the afternoon, just not quite late enough at night. Oh, here we are.
When famous people, we're kind of older, and when they talk about theirs,
That'd be Saudi Arabia. band. So now we're on band. Well, read the number, John. 31. Can't be wrong. 31. 9. A little bit. So now this time I can tune much, much faster because this is a spread band.
Interesante, yo creo que es muy buen punto el que has puesto, Luz, y eso, por supuesto, esto está comenzando. Él acaba de llegar a la presidencia. Alberto,
you can see the eye is actually more closed on this station than any yet.
Pero los jugadores del Villarreal, Cáceres que le está diciendo, si no lo tienes claro, voy a verlo a la tela, al monitor, supongo que también esto mismo le está diciendo Javi Fora al árbitro, muy molestos con esta situación de posible penalti de Sergio Ramos a Samu Chuguese, y ahora se temperan los ánimos. ¿Puedo cambiar de opinión? O sea, ¿puedo cambiar de opinión totalmente?
It's really close.
Pues cambio de opinión. Es penalti. Es penalti.
So I think that was a sports event of some sort. Next band. Okay, we're on the 11 megahertz band now. Starting at the top here, going down.
Y entonces, bueno, Bolsonaro está actuando porque, digamos que soslayó
Pretty quiet. Okay, and now the 19-meter band. Will it work? It's really in the game. Not the best time of day. Best time of my life or anything. There we go. Sounds like... Oh, it's gone into an oscillation. Come back. No. It was the volume control. But it did go into an oscillation down there. Oh, you bum. Hey! Better than a kick in the teeth. Well, it remains a bad boy in the 19-meter band, still. Oh. Yeah, exactly. Okay, and we'll go up. Top band, 17. See how much more life came into the radio there? And away we go. There's nothing up here. They're tuning quickly here, too. Okay, we're way up there. Crazy. The only hope would be way down here. Nada. But that's not surprising. That's not surprising. That's not an indictment. So, okay. Well, I think this radio has reached its end here in the shop. So maybe in 5 years, I'll get this out again. go after that 19 meter band specifically. Otherwise, it's not bad. It's not bad. I did paint it up a little bit. Looks a little bit better. But that's going to be it, because it is in fact time to start working on dinner now. So thanks so much for watching the series. The next thing I'm bringing in here is a device with a tube in it. It's an amplifier with a tube in it, but I've never ever worked on anything like it. We're going to check it out. I don't know that there's anything wrong with it, but I think we need to check it out. Who's back there? Welcome to my shop. It's just me and Shadow and this radio again. What's this radio doing here again? I thought I was finished. Oh my gosh, no. I'm not finished. I got a really great email from someone pointing something out about this radio, which just about made me fall over. So why don't we go and take a look at this email I received. Okay, so here's the email I received from Ty or T Cass with 3 S's. So thank you very much for sending me this. Here's what he says. Jim, in your last video at some point you were talking about the isolation plate, or the fact that this radio didn't have any. Well, in fact, you're supposed to have one. Here's a picture of mine. I don't know if it really helps for the 19 meter band, since my radio is not currently working, at least not for now. So there it is. There's the same radio that I'm working on. All the old parts are in this one, all the old capacitors still. And whoa, this plate. Okay, so the moment I looked at this photo, I almost fell over, because this plate is no mystery to me. This plate, which is not in my radio, has been sitting on my bench. It's been sitting on my bench for 5 years. Here it is right here. That's right. And have a look at that. Are you trying to sneak a look at me? Shadow, is that what's going on here? Oh boy. Yeah, this plate, I must have taken this out of this radio 5 years ago, set it on my bench. That was in a different house. I didn't live here 5 years ago. I lived somewhere else. I must have thrown it into my bench box of junk when I was moving. Brought it up here, set up my shop here, took everything out of my junk boxes. Well, I have 2 levels of junk, by the way. I have immediate junk and then stored away junk. I'm sure anybody who does this kind of stuff has an arrangement like this. So I have immediate junk available, at the tips of my fingers, including this thing, which has been sitting on my bench. It's been sitting over yonder. But the fact is, it needs to be sitting inside the radio. Is this the reason the 19 meter band oscillates? Well, there's only really one way to find that out, and that's to take this radio apart again. So I should be able to do it in my sleep by now, I figure. So I'm going to get it out on the bench. We're going to flip it over. I'm going to look, and this plate could have come from another radio, because I've done quite a few of this style of radio. So maybe I'm full of malarkey, but hopefully the Ty made the right observation. They don't have this plate in this radio. Let's put it in. Let's get it in there. Okay, I've undone and unbolted everything here. Should come out. Okay, the moment of truth. Well, I don't have any doubt that that plate is missing in here. Whoop. Power cord. Shadow, are you going to help out a bit with this? Or what are you going to do? Oh my gosh, what's it caught on? Here we go. Up, 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 up. ain't no plate in this radio. It's right up against the coil with the 19-meter band and other stuff. Okay. Well, I think I want to do this in a bit of an experimental way. How can I do this? I got the whole radio unhooked now. Well, the experiment is going to be what happened after I put it all back together. That's the way it's going to have to go. Go this way. Okay, this requires a bit of a closer look here. Could be screwed in like that against this capacitor here. Why did I remove this? Probably get this capacitor here. Looks like I can put it in without too much worry here. Short circuiting something. So could this improve the sensitivity of the 19-meter band and 31 and 25-meter band? Putting this plate in. I'm thinking about that a fair bit. I don't think so offhand. We need to take a close look in there. I'm looking down the back edge. Pretty darn close back there. So that's a, no, that's not grounded. I was going to say that's a grounded terminal there, but this metal plate comes right down near it. It could get a bit of a false impression here. Maybe more clearance than there appears to be. Wow. So moving the camera back and forth gives me a chance to kind of do a parallax thing on two parts that appear to be close together. But they're not. They're moving separately in the camera view. Okay, before everybody gets dizzy, I think that's it for the plate. Hey, Shadow. Shadow doesn't react to her name very much. Not like Peanut. Okay, she's busy doing her thing. Let's put the radio back in. Put the radio back in for the umpteenth time. I can put it in, I can test it out actually, without bolting it all up. That'd be a good idea. Shadow, you're staying with me for this whole thing. Wow. So I'm not putting the knobs on. I'm gonna put on the band knob. I just don't want to be mistaken about that one. Ooh, I just pushed the radio. I'm not bolting the radio in the cabinet. I'm no longer as reassured as I was. before. Okay, that's good. Question is, does the 19-meter band still howl? Does it? What do you say? First thing we're going to find out is the radio working normally, so we'll just put it on the A band, and we'll see if it's working the same as it was. Before I get all involved in 19-meter band, here we go. Power on. Okay, dim bulb's good. You checked the dim bulbs, didn't you? Very good. Full power. A little bit of volume. We wait patiently. Did I plug the speaker in? Did I plug the speaker in? Yes, the speaker's plugged in. You know what I did not plug in? I did not plug in the audio line. My magic eye is showing a huge reception here. Okay, let's switch it off while I stick my hand in the back once again. In you go. Okay. Kind of have to forget at least one thing, it seems. Put the tube back in. Okay, we're ready once again. Oh, by the way, last time I ran the radio, I'd forgotten totally about this capacitive antenna that's up in the roof here. So here's the lead to it. I've put a clip lead on the end, so I can clip it onto this terminal here when I get the urge for experiment a little bit. What are you doing back there? Found a little piece of paper. Watch, I'm going to clunk you on the head. Coming around. Okay, Shadow, I don't want you... There we go. Are we ready? Even with the crackling sounds of my cat. That's full power right from the start. Volume. Maybe this time we'll hear something. Aha! Perfect. 590 Sports. 610, 640. Good. Okay, so the radio is working as it did. We will now go straight to the 19-meter band. Let's turn this in the middle here. 19-meter band, still quiet. It oscillated back in this area and it oscillated up here. Here we go. Uh-oh. Hey, it's picking something up. Will it oscillate? Here we come. Look at that. What are you doing back there, cat? Get out of the radio. What's he? What are you clawing at? Oh, I think she's going for the capacitive antenna. Now that I showed it to her. Well, you know what? That made a difference. I really think it did. That oscillation is gone. Let's go up to the other end. Reception's way better too, I think. That's going to be Radio Marti or Radio Cuba. Most likely. Yesterday I heard That shortwave was hot right now. Now there is some kind of blast coming out of the sun. It's supposed to hit the atmosphere tomorrow, I think. It may cause some interesting radio effects. Am I for sure? 19-meter band. Absolutely. Fantastic. Let's try 17. So that was about 17.85. Shouldn't get anything else up here. No. Just for fun. Well, let's go down to the 31-meter band, 9 megahertz. Might get stuff here. Very Middle Eastern. What's Shadow's doing? You can't see her, but I'm watching her the whole time because she's right there. She's watching the pointer go back and forth as I tune the radio, planning a way to get in there. Well, maybe shortwave is up a little bit. And no use trying the lower bands. Well, okay, so thank you very much for the email telling me about the plate that I've had laying around here for 5 years. It's finally back in the radio, and man, if I had chased that, I could have chased that oscillation forever and never got rid of it. So thanks so much. The radio is truly done now, and the next thing on my bench, I think I mentioned it before, is a Starve plate preamp. Oh, what? Yeah. We'll see ya.